What's up, everybody? And welcome to Keeping It Real Estate on the First Row. This is episode 3, and we're talking about cash is not king. All right, now, before we get into it, I want to first explain why we are doing this in the first place, and what's our primary reason. And that's to add value to those who are acquiring real estate or selling real estate. Rather, if you're a buyer, seller, investor, or all three, we want to create a platform where we can add value to those who are in the market. And so we're basically in the Sacramento areas or even in the nearby cities. So that's basically what this platform is for. That's what Keeping It Real Estate is all about, where we can be 100% honest with you about what the real estate market is doing. All right, so let's get into the topic. Topic at hand: cash is not king. What do I mean by cash is not king? Well, I don't mean that so far as, the advantages of going, all cash, and when it comes to making certain offers in the property. What I actually mean is this: there are some advantages to it, right? There are some advantages to all cash. However, when it comes to now purchasing a property and you want to submit an offer on a home that you're very interested in, you now don't have to be so worried about these all cash offers that come in and possibly, kicking your offer to the side. And what I mean by that is this: is that typically people that are that submit all cash offers, they think cash is king and therefore they can submit a low ball offer. Let's say, for instance, a property is on the market for 400,000, and they think, okay, I'm all cash, I have no contingencies, and therefore I can now make an offer on this property 10,000, 15,000, 20,000 below, because I can close in 10 days, I can close in 12 days, I can close very quickly, no contingencies, and you can have that money in your hands. And that's where that idea of, cash is king comes from in this type of scenario. Now, the reason why I want to say it's no longer king is this: there are now loans out there that provide buyers with the same type of, let's say, non-contingency type offers. So there's lenders that can provide buyers with a 14-day close, a 12-day close, or even a 10-day close. And so because they now have that, those buyers that have those type of loans can now submit an offer at full price and beat out the all cash offer, right? So, and the way that works is this: is your buyer, or you as a buyer, you want to go ahead and be speaking with your loan officer. When you speak to your loan officer, you want to get full underwritten approval, okay? And it's a little bit different than just a pre-approval letter, all right? So full underwritten approval. The way that works is you'll sit down with your loan officer, and it may take more time than what a normal pre-approval letter looks like. But what that loan officer is going to do is going to submit all of your documentation. We're talking about tax returns, W-2s, your bank statements, and they're going to present the scenario to the underwriter before they actually write up the pre-approval. So they're going to get all the information necessary, submit it over to the underwriter, and get everything that needs to be done at the beginning, okay, instead of doing it during the transaction. So when they do that, what happens is your loan officer says, okay, we submitted all the documentation to your underwriter, and now we have this pre-approval, meaning all the steps have been completed except for the appraisal, right? And so because of that, now you can go ahead and, close in 14 days, 10 days, as long as you rush that appraisal, okay? And there's no other contingencies. Once that appraisal is met and that appraisal reaches the sales price of the home, you can go ahead and close, okay? Now you say, okay, well, Key, yeah, with the all cash offer, there's no appraisal. Yes, there is no appraisal with an all cash offer. However, you can still do the same thing with a loan. You can say the appraisal doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the appraisal comes in at. We're still going to be willing to purchase a property at this amount, which means that you have at least some cash on hand or your liquid, right? But all the time, not all the times does the appraisal not come in at value. A lot of times the appraisal does come in at value, so you're able to take care of or take advantage of that. So those are some ways to kind of be in a situation where where you have a loan and where you have an all cash offer, you can beat out the all cash offer. And again, a lot of times the all cash offers always come in lower because they think that, hey, cash is king. So if you are making a cash offer, and in this current climate, in this current market, it's probably best that you come in at full price, right? So, and the reason why is because you have these other buyers that are out there that can mimic a cash offer. Really, the base of the cash offer is no contingencies, and it's also a quick close. Okay, you as sellers that are out there, you need to understand that as well. So when your agent is presenting an offer to you, you need to understand what you're actually looking at. A lot of times, clients think, oh, it's all cash, so I just want to go with this one because I'm gonna get the money faster. No, you need to really make sure that your agent is really looking over the offer with you and saying, okay, this person actually has a loan. It's a conventional loan, but they can actually close in 14 days. Okay, let's look and see if they have any contingencies, or if there is any contingencies, you can ask and maybe even send over a counter and say, let's have them remove these contingencies since they are closing in 14 days. Let's have them speed up all of their contingencies or remove them right now. And you can do that in a counter because you're always going to look at what's going to net you the most money. And a lot of times we get to this point where we're like, you know what, I just need the money now. If I can do this in 10 days and it's all cash, I just want to go that route. And in this scenario, you want to make sure that you're looking at all your offers. Okay. But yeah, I mean, that's basically it. Cash is no longer king. I mean, you can definitely compete in this market in 2019 with a loan, with a conventional loan, even with an FHA loan. Okay, you can still compete. You can get things closed pretty fast. I actually have some preferred lenders that can get this done. They've done it multiple times, even with FHA and even with a down payment assistance program that's out there. And I know I've talked about down payment assistance a few times, but basically what those down payment assistance are is basically they give you your down payment and they also give you your closing cost assistance. So that way you only have to come in with 0.5%. No, that's it. That's all you really gotta have is 0.5% of your down payment, and everything else is taken care of. Now that is a silence, what they call a second and third that is placed on your home, but it does not need to be paid back until the loan matures, and that means at the end of 30 years. So, or when you sell the property. So anyhow, this is some information I want to get out there. Don't be afraid of cash offers. I know that back in 2009, 2010, 11, 12, even up to 2014, definitely here in the Sacramento area, all you heard was buyers saying, I keep getting beat out by these all cash offers. And now you don't have to worry about that. You have loan officers out there that can get you pre-approved and get you closed in 10 days, 14 days. All right. So if you have any more questions regarding that, always feel free to send a comment or DM me on Instagram, on Facebook. You have the contact information below, and then we can take it from there. But before we get going, I first want to say don't forget to tune in tomorrow at 7 p.m. on the First Row Intersations. We'll have Antoine Wade of Black Heights on applying feedback. So that's going to be a really good show. Remember, tomorrow, 7 p.m., right here on YouTube, the First Row. Check us out. All right, you guys. Until next time. Later.